To get introductions out of the way, my name is Andy. And while I look like the stereotypical girl, wearing pink and headbands, etc., I'm not actually like that. Personally, I love horror, mostly psychological horror and body horror, but other things I love? Old games. Think Bendy and the Ink Machine, Baldi's Basics, Granny, that kind of thing. Although I will admit I really suck at video games. I'm more for narrative games and gacha life since it's pretty simple. Another thing I really liked was watching YouTube. I really liked Lauren Z-Side at the time, and when her video came out of her buying a used Tomodachi life game, I wanted to do the same. It seemed super fun and silly, which is my kind of thing. I looked around on eBay and was pretty surprised to see just how many were being sold, usually claiming they weren't being used, got boring, or whatever else. I skipped all the descriptions that said the data had been wiped. I wanted to see someone else's experience, just like Lauren. Luckily, I did eventually find one. $30, and considering how pricey they actually are, I quickly went to snag it. Just enough birthday money left. A few days to a week later, I met up with the guy selling it. We did the standard chit-chat as we traded the Tomodachi in cash. Surprisingly, he gave me the actual Nintendo instead of just the game, but I didn't really mind. More for less, who am I to complain? After about an hour, I was back at home and bubbling with excitement. When I opened it, it was at 32%, but it seemed good enough for me. There weren't many other apps when I opened it, which was a bit weird. I looked around the island. It was pretty standard from what I've seen about any other videos on the game. But first, I wanted to see the characters. I looked through, and they all seemed pretty normal, although there were a few silly ones here and there, which made me giggle. But then I spotted an odd-looking character. She went by the name of Yowai, and she was 28 years old. She had messy, dark hair and wore just as dark a dress. She had tire, circular eyes with wide pupils and pointed nose, and for some reason, no mouth. Was that even possible? What was odd about her is that she didn't fit in with the other Miis. The others were bright and cute, but she was dark and pale. But I shrugged it off, thinking maybe the person of the friend who owned it made her. I looked at all of the other characters before going back to the island. It was the standard, the Miis having stuff on their mind, talking about how it's been so long since they've seen me, thinking I was the guy from before, wanting to meet new characters, and so on. It was surprisingly fun, really. I found out more about the characters and how they interacted with each other, although I barely touched DOI.